Good afternoon. Where were we? I think we were talking about the permission that we have to be honest about how we feel when it seems like we're getting swallowed up by pain. So we'll go over into verse 7 of chapter 3 of the book of Job. Oh, may that night be barren. May no joyful shout come into it. May those curse it who curse the day, those who are ready to arouse Leviathan. May the stars of its morning be dark. May it look for light but have none, and not see the dawning of the day, because it did not shut up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide sorrow from my eyes. Sometimes when we go through pockets of life, it's hard to remember any joyful moments. In the ways that our brains work in solving problems at level 2, where our amygdala is very much involved, is to make it all stop. We just want it to make it all stop. It's an interesting study if you look in the Hebrew. Some of the words might surprise you there. But let's go on to verse 11. Why did I not die at birth? Why did I not perish when I came from the womb? Why did the knees receive me? Or why the breasts that I should nurse? For now I would have lain still and been quiet. I would have been asleep. Then I would have been at rest with the kings and the counselors of the earth, who built ruins for themselves, or with princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Why was I not hidden like a stillborn child, like infants who never saw light? There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary are at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They do not hear the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Have you been there? I remember in my healing journey when I started to look at really hard things. I had a constant question that I would bring before the Lord. Why did you put me in that family? Didn't you love me? Sometimes I would be a puddle of tears. And sometimes I'd be angry. Why did you put me in that family? What were you thinking? I get it. And for those of us who have gone through difficult things, the book of Job has nuggets for us in our journeys. And of course, the Lord, in his kindness, he would respond, do you know how much I love you? Will you still follow me? Will you trust without knowing? He'd always answer, but he wouldn't specifically answer the question. Until I was ready to receive the answer. Until I was ready to understand the answer. I asked that question for 13 years, which is probably nothing to maybe some of the questions that you've asked and how long you've asked them. And then the day came and I was ready and the answer came. And a friend of mine came up to me and said, Tanya, you have ancestors that you don't know about. And they called on the name of their Lord to cleanse their bloodline. And I heard them. And when I fashioned you, I was forming part of the answer to their prayers. I bless you in knowing that when the timing is right. I mean, if I would have received that answer too early, I would have shaken my fist at God and said, that's not enough. But at the right moment, when I could see its beauty, when I could see the power of it, when I could feel the honor of it, when I can see the goodness of God in it, that answer came. I bless you today that you have permission to ask why. Why certain things looked the way they did. But once the question is asked, expect that the answer will come when you're ready, when it will make sense, when it'll bring rest to your soul. And I bless you with that in Jesus' name today.